You. What are... Oh, Oh, there's a mag pick. I just need to not be seen. Just need to not be... Okay, that's my guy. Oh. Okay. Haha! Nobody saw me. Sweet. Because those I need. Let's go look at her. Oh, yep, this is her room. That's her room. What do we got? That was journal, page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams. And would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back at this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick, everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and I grabbed a little too much Adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of Adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. Uh, she sounds like the greatest. Oh, another one. Good news. I'm alive. Starting to feel a little better, too. There's a group of deserters living out in the old botanical labs. They found a way to grow some food, or something that passes for it anyway. Adelaide boiled a pot of something green and leafy and told me to drink it twice a day for my symptoms. I suppose. Tastes atrocious, but I've been feeling better. It's nice to be away from the cannery. The labs have just enough power to run on Aetherwave. So I've been catching up on my serial dramas. Masked Marketeer. What would I do without you? Go crazy, most likely. Crack up, murder all my neighbors, and run screaming into the hills like some wild marauder. I don't know. That doesn't sound too bad. I could see myself leading a cadre of marauders. A band of bandits. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Band of bandits? What would we call ourselves? The Formidable 14? The 100 Hooligans? Featuring Zoe, the Bandit Queen. She has a loose screw, I think. But do we have any other clues? I don't see any other clues. Oh, there's the last one. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny in your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted the head of their enemies on spikes as a warning for folk like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple weeks if I ration. Got some Adrenatime too. Everybody loves Adrenatime. Even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple syringes of Adrenatime before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. Well, that's all the clues. Now I just gotta find Zoe. But first we're gonna talk to Adelaide. Hello, Adelaide.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside.
Oh, thanks.
If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice.
Oh, you're so kind.
Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Are you Adelaide?
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Okay, strange
Excuse
old
me,
lady.
Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often.
I bet he
Are
does.
you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Sure it has, you nasty. Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Sure does.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret
What is it?
recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
It's Dookie! It's Dookie, isn't it?
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
That sounds, that sounds pretty magnanimous.
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed.
Has it now?
The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Oh, come on. Alright, let's go with the one that's gonna get her mad.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Well, he's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that
mess.
comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Bum bum bum. Reed asked me to divert your power to him.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Who said I did? Your camp has a power regulator, and I need to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery.
Man,
Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
every time she says it, it makes me want to do it. I just can't help myself. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
Dun dun
He
dun.
was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Let's say I help you. What happens to
Life
Edgewater?
in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Is he? Is he counting on it? I'll consider
I
it.
trust you will listen to your conscience.
I'll listen to whatever I want. Can I talk to Parvati? Will she talk to me?
Something you need?
I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
What? What? How's that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when
What?
I was born, I got sent here.
Dumb. You got along well with your dad. You might not have with your mother. Yeah.
Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing.
Like a
puppy,
puppy.
kinda.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
I planned on it. You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you
mean
about.
About the mission being too clean?
Why aren't you allowed in Moreau's store
There
anymore?
was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
That must have been forever ago.
Sure, but folks got long memories around here. I've always been good with my hands, right? So
Yeah,
I
right.
saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing.
Oh, shame on
And
you.
next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road.
Shame on you. I'll chuckle.
It's not funny.
It's super funny.
Right about then, a bunch of loaders came
Super
rolling
funny.
in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned.
And
Anyhow,
then
you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G?
pop.
Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by.
I bet that looked
I was
hilarious.
just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages.
Oh,
Moreau's still angry at me.
how could you do
I
that
can
to your
laugh about
dad?
it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
You said the mission's too clean.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. When you're a mechanic, whenever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing.
Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Let's get back to it then. Okay. Let's go ahead and chicken. Can I talk to the chicken? I won't talk to the chicken. Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and put that thing on my gun. And then we'll see where we're going next. I want to tinker with this. Oh, wait. Oh, what? I didn't even think about doing that. I don't want to tinker. I want to modify. Modify. No. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's what I want. That's what I need. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, they're different. What? Yeah, I want this one. I want that one. Extendo sight. Oh, that's exacto sight. That's okay. I get it now. Um. Yeah. Let's. We got Meg to Zap. I don't want that. Yeah, I want the magazine size. Let's go with that. Bam. All right, now we got an awesome plasma rifle. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, where are we going? We are going to oh, that's there. No, the three Zoe, that's what we want. We want to find Zoe. Oh, wrong button. Let's see, map. And that's where oh, of course. Of course it's the one that I can't actually oh well, I guess we're just gonna walk then. It's not too far. It's only 300. Well, 283. All right, let's go find what's her name. Zoe, that's her name. Let's go find Zoe.